Today we celebrate Christmas. We're here on Christmas Eve. Christmas is such a special time. A special time to be with family. A special time to give gifts. And of course, a special time to remember a baby. A baby that was born about 2,000 years ago. I put a little baby here in our manger scene. I've seen a number of babies. When I give my Christmas homily, I try to find a baby that I can hold for a little bit. And I found one. We had a baptism just 3 days ago, and Henry was baptized. We'll see how long Henry lasts here. His mom is right here, so that's good, right, Henry? And his dad too. And why not, if you have a baby, maybe that's 2 years or younger, why don't you stand up as well for a moment here in the church? Just stand up with your baby, yeah? Yeah, I've seen a few, there we go. Just stand for a little bit. It's wonderful to have babies here at Christmas with us. And babies, of course, remind us of Jesus. And I've wondered many times why did God choose to come to earth as a baby? And I think it's because babies are so easy to love. Babies trust us. You really don't have to have a reason to love little Henry or any of these babies. It's very, very easy. And Jesus came in a way that we could receive him. And so we remember that on Christmas. You can sit if you like. One of the ways I've been thinking about Christmas this year is just from different perspectives. Even the four Gospels themselves, they have different perspectives, right, Henry? Yeah, different perspectives. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. There are four different Gospels. And when you think about the Christmas story, you also think about perspectives. For instance, Mary has her own little perspective. We're going to have a little picture of Mary here in a second. And when you think about Mary, Mary's very, very pregnant, right? And they find out that they're going to have to go to Bethlehem. They're living in Nazareth. Nazareth is about 90 miles from Bethlehem. Maybe they are able to go 10 miles a day. They travel for 9 days. And they're hoping they get there, right? Mary's hoping she gets there. She's saying, I hope we can make it to Bethlehem. Otherwise, I'm going to have Jesus here on the roadside. And they get closer and closer. She's saying, Joseph, we need to get there. We're running a little late here. And lo and behold, they do get there. And Joseph goes inside. And Mary's saying, well, I hope now we can rest. We can find a really nice place. But Joseph comes back and says there is no room. But there's one place. It's a cave behind the inn. And we can go there. It's where the animals stay at night, but we're going to go there. And Mary's thinking, well, okay, I guess this is how it's going to go. We're going to a cave to have, the Son of God. And I often think about Mary, how her life maybe did not always go how she thought it would. And so there's a perspective of Mary. There's also the perspective of Joseph. Joseph, of course, is trying to get her to Bethlehem. He really wants to find a place. He goes inside, and there's no room anywhere. And you can imagine, just as a father, as a husband, wanting to provide in that way, finding out there's this place, it's a cave, that the Son of God now is going to be born in this cave. But at the same time, he's relieved. At least it'll be warm there. at least there'll be some protection. And you also have the shepherds. The shepherds are saying, did you hear that? Did you hear what the angel said? The Son of God has been born. The Messiah, the one that we've been waiting for, he's been born. And did they say it right? Was he born over there in in that cave over there? We're going to have to go over there and see. And they go over and they see this little beautiful baby who may be crying or may not be crying. And they're amazed. They're amazed. He is the one who's going to be a light in the darkness. He is the one that we've been waiting for. And if you think about God the Father, he also has a perspective. He's allowing his only son to come into the world. He's saying, I could have had him come into the world in a very rich place, in a very powerful place, but I'm choosing to allow him to come into the world in a cave, in a stable, in a manger, because I want to make it as easy as possible for the most number of people as possible to be able to receive my son. And it's ironic. There's these sheep in the stable there, and I know that my son eventually they won't have to sacrifice lambs anymore because he's the Lamb of God, and he's going to make the sacrifice for all people, and there will be no more sacrifice after that. So what's your perspective? As you think about this story that shapes our lives, for me, it's also just the power and the mystery of the incarnation, God becoming man, the power of this celebration, this time of year to bring us together, the wonder of a little baby coming into the world, a baby that really is God. He's really infinite beyond all measure, but he chooses to come into this finite world. A God who's created the whole universe and chooses to come into the world as a creature. The God who's all good and all powerful and almighty, choosing to come to the world as a little baby. Not every baby has done as well as Henry has today. I've been doing this now over 12 or 13 years, and it's always fun. And babies are all unique. We love them all. I'm going to give little Henry back to his mom. We can give him a little clap. So. And so here we are. And I just encourage you today, tomorrow, to think about what your perspective is, what you draw from this story, how God speaks to you through the birth of his son. It was fun to baptize Henry 3 days ago. It was right here. And I don't remember any other babies doing this, but I poured the water on him, and he would close his eyes, and then he would open his eyes, and then he would close his eyes and open his eyes. So it's always great to have baptisms right before Christmas. So I also just want, on behalf of our parish, thank you for coming for this Christmas. We all here, our staff, our music ministers, our deacons, our priests, are very thankful that you could join us, you and your family, and we wish you a Merry Christmas.